The world ended without a bang. No mushroom clouds, no sirens, just infection. It spread like whispers, quiet, invisible, fast. The cities fell first, then the smaller towns. There were no safe zones, no heroes, just fog, fear, and rot. Raven was in a clinic when it started. Not a big hospital, one of those pop-up centers repurposed from old office buildings. Plastic chairs, peeling signs, buzzing fluorescent lights. The kind of place that still held the illusion of order. That illusion didn't last long. At first, it was just coughs, then blood, then screams, and then nothing. People changed. They didn't just die, they turned. Not into monsters with claws or snarls, but silent things. Walking husks, their eyes milky, their veins black, faces slack like dolls soaked in poison. You could smell the decay before you saw it. Raven ran. Everyone did. Some cried, some fought, some begged. All died. Outside, the city was no better. Fog devoured the streets. Buildings leaned like drunks. Shadows moved wrong. The world felt like a memory halfway erased. And somewhere in that rot, he appeared. A figure in black, armor that shimmered like oil slick over bone. A wide hat pulled low, a cloak stitched with suffering, and a pitchfork dragging behind him like judgment. He never ran. He didn't have to, because no one ever outran the plague walker. Raven didn't know what he was: death, disease, guilt given form. She only knew one thing. He came back every time. Each time she died by infection, by collapse, by silent stalkers, she woke up right back at the beginning. Still in the fog, still alive, still waiting. It wasn't a dream, it was a loop. And every cycle, he got closer. Some tried playing dead. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes the plague walker would stop, tilt his head, and move on. Other times, he'd pierce straight through the bodies like they were paper. Raven learned to survive in different ways. Hide, run, blend. But nothing lasted. And worst of all, he never killed her. She just watched, waited, knew her time would come. Every loop ended the same way. The armor laying in the road, lifeless. Then the black ooze, his soul, rising from cracks in the ground, filling the armor, animating the corpse. Pitchfork gripped in hand, boots dragging forward, eyes locked on her, and she'd whisper every time, "Get ready, here he comes." Loop after loop, she died 1,000 deaths. But the worst wasn't dying, it was knowing. Waiting, the fear growing worse, deeper, heavier, until the last time. The fog was thicker, the silence heavier. She could feel it. It was her turn. He rose again, the armor filled, the shadows hissed, the pitchfork sparked. She didn't run, couldn't. Her body was frozen. The weapon came down, and a hand caught her. A stranger or a savior. She couldn't see their face, just their grip, their strength. They yanked her away just in time. The pitchfork struck her hand. Pain flared like flame licking bone. But she didn't die. The loop broke. The plague walker stopped mid-step, tilted his head, then slowly, for the first time, he turned away and vanished into the fog. Raven collapsed, clutching her bleeding palm. The fog lifted, the silence cracked, and when she woke up for real, the nightmare was over. She never saw him again. But some nights, deep in the silence, when her hand throbs and the air feels too still, she hears it, the scrape of a pitchfork in the distance, the low thud of approaching boots, and the whisper in her bones, "Get ready, he almost came."